Hi, welcome back. It's been a couple months since my last post. Why? Because as you enter a new journey, it always gets difficult. Um, well, it's not difficult, it's challenging because your mind is in shock. It's stepping out of its comfort zone to process what the hell's going on because it's not used to working outside of its comfort zone. So your mind starts to defend itself with causing doubt and causing insecurities within you to move forward so that you stay stuck. So those 2 months have been a bit challenging. I'm not gonna lie because I want to keep it real with you guys always. Um, this journey that I've chosen to be on to better myself, to better improve who I am as a person, comes with its challenges because it's so easy to get wrapped up in the world's negativity and just the mundane things that people use to numb out their inner reality of wanting to be their true selves, but it's hard because we are accustomed to being feel like we have to live a certain way to show others that we're doing okay. And that's where this kind of part of my videos break in because I'm trying to prove or not prove, but change the way people see it because once you start accepting yourself for who you are and think and feel, it becomes easier in the world to just exist without that judgment or the criticism of others to who you are. My view before, it had a negative filter on it. It made me feel like when I backtracked, I failed. I wasn't making the progress that I wanted. It caused guilt, shame, and other useless emotions that manifested within myself to keep me stuck. And as much as I occasionally do still like to take that route initially because it lights a fire within me that makes me want to better myself, to get unstuck. So the way, whenever I feel like, oh, my life feels like it needs a little challenge, I'm going to allow myself to wallow in this so that I can muster up the energy to fight. So I allow myself those periods without feeling guilt or shame. I just go through them. I just go with the flow. And quickly now, much faster nowadays, I snap out of it and I start to realize, you know what, I go into it knowing it's temporary, that I'm gonna get out of it. And then once I'm like tired of feeling that way, I look at it as taking 2 steps back allows me to view it from a perspective of the progress I've made. So I compare it to how I used to handle a situation in which I feel stuck versus how now I have the understanding and knowing that I've dealt with it with a negative outlook before, and now it can and it will not affect me the same because I'm aware of that. And I can use it to my benefit as seeing it as the whole picture happened or that led to this situation of me feeling stuck, to learn from it and take whatever did not work to better to how it can work in this future. So in a way, it's like backtracking. I backtrack how I felt, how I viewed things, and I start to see it from a different perspective, and I start to filter out the emotions that allowed me to get to the point that got me stuck. So by backtracking my steps mentally, it leads to this perspective, which allows me to be aware of my future limits, whether it's reacting or not reacting to any given situations, and not allowing myself to feel stuck. So, with that said, I pretty much surrender and say, you know what, I went through this for my own personal growth and reason. I was stubborn somewhere along the lines, and I decided to take the path that was a little bit more resistant than it would have been had I not fed my ego in the sense that defend me, opposed to just going with the flow, learning what it's teaching me, and using that skill and knowledge in the future to avoid myself and but whether it be an altercation or a situation that will not benefit me positively in this reality. And just realizing that people have their own way of thinking and processing, and they have their own world that they've created, and I have to respect their world by excusing myself and removing myself from that world and creating my own world of how I want things to be and what I will allow and what I won't allow in my own world. So that in itself kind of empowers me to just do me and mind my own business, opposed to getting involved in an ego battle with someone that thinks and knows and is always right. Well, thank you for watching. Hope it was somewhat insightful and hope it made sense. If it doesn't, please, question it, ask me. But if I won't engage in any stubborn ego battles, I'm trying to avoid that in my life. Somebody wants to feel like they're always right, I'm gonna give them that right to let them believe that about themselves. I'm not gonna go against someone trying to prove my point, prove I'm right, or prove that my belief is above all. So if you want some type of, guidance through what I've shared or a better understanding, let me know. But yeah, take care. Love, peace, and prosperity. Until next video.